magic.
The destiny of entertainment.
Rest
On the shores of Sapientia.
his name.
95.3 FM.
Radio Sapientia.
Your choice, your voice.
Yes, all the big teams won over the weekend, okay? This past weekend, all the big teams won. But then there were wins that defined the direction of league titles this weekend, I tell you. It is disappointing that the main match, which would have brought the talking point today, the Man United Liverpool game, could no longer be played yesterday because of Asekwanase. We'll talk about that today. But then, all the other big sides played, and all of them won. But as it stands now, ladies and gentlemen, Inter Milan, they are now Serie A champions 2021 with 4 games left to play. What it means is that they have now ended Juventus' stranglehold on the Scudetto, on the Italian Serie A title. They've now ended the dominance. These guys were on a 9 straight winning streak. They wanted to win the 10th one on the bounce, Juventus. But Inter has now said no and stopped them, finally winning the season with 4 games to go. And of course, this was their their first title in 11 years. They drew 1-1. San Paolo drew 1-1 with second place Atalanta, which means that nobody can now catch them. They are now 13 points clear, 4 games remaining, and of course 9 titles straight for Juventus, like I told you. Last season they finished second, just 1 point below Juventus, but then this time around they've done it better by winning the title. Okay, and it is the first one they are winning since 2010, when Barcelona won the treble the Scudetto, the Coppa Italia, and the UEFA Champions League back in 2010. And it is the fourth title for Antonio Conte, the manager of Juventus, because he won the league in 3 consecutive seasons for Juventus between 2011 and 2014. He won it in 2011, 2012, 2014 before he went to manage Italy. Okay, and remember, this guy also won the Premier League in his first season in England. It's not easy to come to the Premier League and win in your first season. In fact, the managers that have done it are very few. Talking about Jose Mourinho did it in 2005, and then in 2010, Carlo Ancelotti did it also at Chelsea, and Conte also did it with Chelsea 2017. It's not easy. For instance, the biggest manager we know in football, as far as the Premier League is concerned, and maybe as far as club football is concerned, Sir Alex Ferguson. In fact, in his first season at United, he finished 11th on the table. In fact, for his first 3 seasons, he ended up trophyless, that they were about to sack him before he started winning. So, Conte won the Premier League in his first season, and then the next season, before he fell out with Chelsea, he won the FA Cup. Okay? And then, back in January, this guy is doing 0-0 with Udinese. At that point, they were 2 points behind AC Milan. AC Milan was top, and half games were already played. And we were dreaming that AC Milan was going to win the title at that point. 2 points below them. But after that day till today, these guys went on a winning streak. They won 11 games on the bounce. 11 games on the bounce to cement their stay at the top. Okay? So now they won the title, 4 games to go. And kudos to Antonio Conte. He has done this on the back of a solid defense. This guy knows how to set up the defenses. He switched to a 3-5-2 formation. And in 34 games, he has conceded only 29 goals, which is the lowest tally of goals conceded in the Italian Serie A. And then up front also, kudos to what he's been able to do with Romelu Lukaku, who has continued this electric form from last season. And this guy has a formidable partnership with Lautaro Martinez, and both of them have scored 36 goals so far this season. That's very massive. Alright? Remember, this guy, Romelu Lukaku, has been so much criticized by lots of people. You know, that he cannot perform at the biggest stage, that he cannot succeed, that he has not even won titles. Yes, he hasn't won titles in any major league, even though he's played for Chelsea, played for United. That he only knows how to play for the small clubs. Now, this is Inter Milan, one of the biggest clubs in Italy. And Romelu Lukaku has helped to lead them to the title. This guy was signed for £74 million for United in August 2019, and there was a big boost for him, big boot for him to fill. The boots of the main striker Inter Milan had there, talking about Mauro Icardi. All right, and this guy, despite his problems off the pitch, talking about Icardi, he was one of their fiercest strikers on the pitch because he scored 111 goals in 169 games in the Serie A for Inter Milan. So, and Lukaku himself had scored 42 goals in 96 games in 2 years at United. So when he was coming to leaving Old Trafford to come to Italy, he was being criticized for his lack of work rate, for his wayward touches, for his wasteful finishing. Nobody actually knew that this guy was going to start amounting to something. Okay? But this guy now rose to the challenge at Inter Milan, and has even surpassed the scoring records of Mauro Icardi, whose boots were too big for him to fill. Okay? And now he has led them to the title, something Icardi could not even do. And if you talk about his minutes per goal record compared to that of Mauro Icardi, you have to give a lot of kudos to Lukaku, because having scored 111 goals for in 169 games for Icardi means that his minutes per goal ratio is 136 minutes per goal. But then Lukaku has now scored 44 goals in 63 matches, which means he's only shorter 129 minutes per goal for Romelu Lukaku. Okay? At Everton and then at United, this guy was often deployed as a lone striker. But this time around, he seems to have found a worthy partnership in combining with Lautaro Martinez, and the two of them will have this natural chemistry working for them. Sometimes Martinez has to drop deep to create, and Lukaku will now run in behind. And sometimes also, Lukaku will, this guy, his body, he's big. he will hold up play to pin defenders back, and then Martinez will make a run of him. So they have been, played so well together. These guys, in 64 starts together, both of them, they assisted 18 goals for each other. That is 18 for each other. These guys have. Lukaku has assisted 10, and then he has assisted 8. Okay, and if you talk about their goal contributions, two of them have combined for 87 goals between them. So that is so massive coming from the two of them. So kudos to Romelu Lukaku. Finally, he has shot himself so much into the limelight that at this point, there's this debate about whether Manchester United should be to have him back, and whether Chelsea, some Chelsea fans are actually saying that they prefer him to the misfiring striker, talking about Timo Werner. Okay, whatever happens, it remains to be seen if he would want to stay back at Inter Milan, especially working in tandem with Antonio Conte, or if maybe he decides to take a chance on going back to the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. So kudos to Inter Milan, finally ending the dominance of Juventus. And Juventus also disappointing for them that this season they've not been able to do what they've done in the past years, and it's been actually more poor. That, I mean, it's a team that seems to have lost the bites they've had over the last couple of years, that right now you wonder whether even going forward there's something left in that Juventus squad. And then talking about Inter Milan also, Antonio Conte and Inter Milan. Last summer, Conte signed Acham Hikami from Real Madrid for, I think around 36 million pounds or 35 million pounds, as the case may be. And he brought the guy to inject some pace into his team. So far this season, he has found a way to inject life back to some players who everybody else have written off, that they have failed, they have finished. The likes of Alexis Sanchez, Christian Eriksen, and Ashley Young, Matthew Damian, and some of those old guys. And I tell you, all these guys have found a way to come together as a unit to finally get the title off and repel Juventus. And it's kudos to Antonio Conte. This guy knows how to win. But then maybe because away from the domestic leagues, when you get to European football, he has not really made his mark. One of the reasons why Juventus decided to look for somebody else apart from him. He has not really made his mark beyond the local league. But even on the local league scale, this guy has done well, but nobody rates him. I don't know why he doesn't get the plaudits he deserves for what he's done so far. And then also, while you talk about the fact that Inter Milan just won the league title, we also have to remember that Juventus also just lost the league title. They lost the league title. And we need to also highlight the fact that there is a Cristiano Ronaldo who was signed from Real Madrid to come and improve Juventus. A Ronaldo was signed. This is not about blaming Ronaldo, because a tree does not make a forest. I mean, a player plays his parts, and then others also play their part. The club plays their part, signs the right players, brings the right coach, and everything has to work together as a unit before you can win. That's how it happens. So, but then, these guys, they were on a 7 Scudetto winning streak before they signed Ronaldo. They had seven straight wins of the Italian Serie A, and then they signed Cristiano Ronaldo to come to the club, not necessarily to win the Scudetto. No, he was signed to help them at the Champions League. He was brought in for a lot of money, £100 million. You know, when you spend that kind of money to sign a player who was in his 30s, you know, but then it's Ronaldo. So we understand the deal. But then since this guy was brought, things have not quite gone according to plan in Italy for Turin-based club. It has not gone to plan. He helped them win two more Serie A titles. Okay, that is their 8th straight and then their 9th straight, which they won last season. He helped them win that. He was very instrumental in helping them win that. But we all know that that was not why he was brought on. Okay. After helping them win the 7th and the 8th and the 9th, they've regressed in Europe, I tell you. In fact, this season, they have now lost, for the first time since 2011, they've now lost out on the title for the first time when you have Ronaldo on your ranks. And then all eyes have also been fixed on the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner in recent weeks. He went a few without scoring, and okay, he came back and scored 2 goals just in the last game. On Sunday, that is the 2 goals against Udinese. So we know that his contribution will continue to be continue to improve on the game. But then they just lost the title. They're struggling to finish in Champions League places. And it has been clear from the beginning of this season that it will be different for Juventus. Because, I mean, AC Milan was leading the table for a while before Inter took over. So, in effect, beyond the fact that in our minds we know that Juventus are strong guys in Italy, they were never really contenders this season. Alright? And they have not even managed to also compete in Europe this season. Okay? In fact, they were sent packing against a team they should have been able to beat. And still talking about the Ronaldo business for Juventus. In his first season in Italy, they were knocked out of the Champions League by Ajax Amsterdam. And then in their second year, they were knocked out by Lyon. That was last year. And then this year, they were knocked out by Porto. These guys are not falling to. They're not being knocked out by the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Liverpool, and the big side. But they're being knocked out by smaller clubs they should beat. Ajax, and then from Ajax to Lyon, and then from Lyon to Porto. All right. And remember, like I said, this is not about blaming Ronaldo. He cannot be blamed solely for their problems, because Omar Azafia, all right. But the truth is that it seems that Juventus was a better team before they had Ronaldo than now that they had Ronaldo. Because even without Ronaldo, these guys got to 2 Champions League finals between 3 years. That is 2015 and 2017. That is, in 3 years they played in 2 Champions League finals. And since they signed him to even get into the quarterfinals, alright? So, like I said, it's not about blaming him. And then, why you consider the fact that these guys have not quite been as good as they were before they signed him? They've not been as good as they were when they signed him. Okay, this season he may finally win the Golden Boot in Italy. He has not won the Golden Boot since he signed in Italy. In fact, in his first season, the Golden Boot was won by a 38-year-old player. Alright? A 38-year-old player had to win the Golden Boot ahead of him. And then he also missed out on the Golden Boot last season. This time around, he is set to finally win it. Except if things change and Romelu Lukaku continues maybe firing until he closes in on the numbers. Alright? Remember also that the signing of Ronaldo also helped. That is beyond what he has done for Juventus on the pitch, and beyond helping them win trophy. Remember, he has also elevated them to become a global brand. That is, signing Ronaldo has helped Juventus to become a global brand. He has earned a lot of money off the pitch, and he has also scored a lot of goals, even though Juventus have declined, since they signed him. So today on the show, the first question is talking about Inter Milan, who just won the title. Why do you think Conte does not get celebrated despite his achievements in football? Okay. And then away from that also, the question about the business of signing Ronaldo, whether it was good, or whether it's been good or ungood, whether it's good or bad for Juventus. These guys have not reached the previous heights, both domestically and even away, even in Europe, since they signed Ronaldo 3 years ago. So do you think that signing Ronaldo, that the deal was a successful deal for Juventus looking back now, or was it a failure for Juventus? Was it good for them as a club, as a team? Did it help them signing Ronaldo, or did it actually? Is this something they look at and they say, mba? It was not good that they signed him. But then, once again, for all the fans of Romelu Lukaku and all the fans of Inter Milan, congratulations on winning your 19th title. Remember, these guys are just now below Juventus in the records. Juventus, of course, are the record winners of the Serie A. They have 36, but now Inter Milan has 19. They had 18, the same number with AC Milan. They were joint second on the successful tally of winning the Serie A, but now they pulled away to win their 19th Scudetto. So kudos to Inter Milan and all fans of Inter Milan, all fans of Lukaku, and all those who follow Italian football. Kudos to Inter Milan for winning their 19th title.
Parte la sua palla dentro, primo palo, una mischia, può andare il capitano, carica il destro, il tiro, e gol!
Sapientia. Sapientia. Sapientia.
95.3 FM.
Lo sai per un gol, io darei la mia vita, che in fondo lo so, sarà una partita infinita.
Il sogno che ho è un coro che sale a sognare, si giù dalla notte, 90 minuti per segnare, e azzurri, noi saremo qui nerazzurri, pazzi come te, azzurri, fateci soffrire, ma va bene. Vinceremo insieme, amala, pazza intera amala, è una gioia infinita, che dura una vita, pazza intera amala, vivila, questa gioia vivila, può durare una vita, una sola partita, pazza intera amala. Continuerò.
Of course, I don't know how many of us who actually understand the Italian language in the song of the Inter Milan anthem. Congratulations, Inter Milan, were the champions of the Serie A 2021. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were asking who was going to win it. Would it be Juventus? Would it be AC Milan? And I tell you, with 4 games to go, Antonio Conte, Romelu Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez, and all of them there. What the champions in 2020-2021. Alright, this song is actually you know. La da da, Pasa Italia. It's actually a good song, but now I don't know Italian. I think I know about Latin. They are similar, but it's not exactly the same thing. Latin and Italian. But then, if I remember, but this is their anthem, and we say kudos to every fan of Inter Milan. I don't know whether we have an Inter Milan fan. I think sometime some years ago, somebody called the show and said, he's a fan of Inter Milan. We have just from the very old guards here. That's where we can find some fans of Inter Milan. Because in those days, when you used to hear those names like Geladino, Del Piero, and all the rest of those names from Italy, there were fans of Inter Milan in Nigeria. Fans of AC Milan in Nigeria. We still have AC Milan fans in Nigeria though. They're still called Sapientia fan zone. I don't know whether you are a fan of Inter Milan, whether you even joined them this season. Congratulations to you for winning the title. 2020-2021. All right, that will win in Inter Milan. Well, Inter Milan are not the only sides who won the title this weekend. Ajax has also won the Dutch Eredivisie League title yesterday, and Ajax is even winning for the 35th time. These guys, I mean, they are massive serial winners of the Dutch league. Okay, they beat MN 4-0 yesterday, and that win sealed another title for Ajax. It is the 35th title, talking about Ajax. So kudos to Ajax. Definitely, I don't think we have any Ajax fan around. So kudos also to Ajax and whoever it is that follows Ajax. The leagues we all started together are now being won wire. Different clubs winning wire. So kudos to Ajax Amsterdam. We're the champions of the Dutch Eredivisie 2020-2021. So now the Dutch League has been won. The Serie A has now also been won. And that's not the case for England and Germany. Well, just like Manchester City, Bayern Munich needs to just win and then win the title. They're just about to seal the title, but then there was no Bundesliga game played this past weekend. It was a weekend for the DFB Pokal, the German DFB Pokal. Okay, it's at the semi-final level. Remember, Inter Milan is no longer still part of the DFB Pokal. Okay, so they have not won the league yet, and they're not the only one. Manchester City also. It was so close. If not for the way things happened at Old Trafford yesterday, maybe by now Man City could have also still been champions, could have also been crowned champions, because all they needed after beating Crystal Palace 2-0 on Saturday was just let Liverpool beat Manchester United. That was all. And Liverpool has always known how to beat Manchester United in recent games, in recent memory. It doesn't matter their form, it doesn't matter what they are doing. So all they needed was just beat United, and Man City would have been crowned champions at the weekend, but it didn't happen. So the way it is now, Man City are still in need of 3 points to seal a new Premier League title. So it's more like a question of when, no longer if. It's no longer if they will win it, it's when they will win it. This weekend they have a game that is in between the Champions League game, because this week Chelsea plays Real Madrid on Wednesday, but then tomorrow they play PSG, Man City. So after the Champions League game, Chelsea and Man City are clashing this next weekend. So if they beat Chelsea, they are going to be crowned champions, and I'm sure it will be sweet for Man City fans to win it after beating Chelsea, the same side that beat them last season, to hand Liverpool the title with 7 games to go. Yes, remember, Chelsea beat Man City, and the day they beat Man City, Liverpool became champions last year with 7 games to go. So they will definitely want to win it off Chelsea by beating Chelsea this weekend. But who knows, with the way Chelsea has been strong, Chelsea can still delay the party for Manchester City. That is the way it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm talking about all the other results from the weekend. Man United versus Liverpool postponed. I'm going to tell you about what happened. Still here. And then Man City already told you beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Chelsea also in a very crucial London derby. They beat Fulham 2-0. And let's go through. They beat Elche 1-0. To still breathe at the top of the La Liga table. Real Madrid keeping up the pace there after beating Osasuna 2-0. And Inter Milan, of course, winning there. Winning the title after beating Crotone 2-0. AC Milan were also 2-0 winners over Benevento. A lot of 2-0 score lines from the weekend. That's also the scoreline between Arsenal and Newcastle. With Arsenal beating Newcastle 2-0 also. Well, Juventus beat Udinese, but it was 2-1. Both goals scored by Ronaldo. 37 goals now. As it closes in on a brand new golden boot. He's not won it before, the Italian golden boot. But I tell you, this is set to be the season he finally wins the golden boot in Italy, Ronaldo. Kudos to him. One mother Zalogafia. Ho-ha! So nobody should blame Ronaldo for Juventus woes. Otago. Zalogafia. And then also this weekend, PSG were also 2-1 winners over Lens. They are still second on the table though. They are still second on the table in France, below Lille. And if guy is not taken, they may lose to PSG and lose the Champions League and still lose the French League 1 if care is not taken. All right, and you ask yourself, why is like Thomas Tuchel that was not doing badly, and then bring on a Pochettino, and you lose on all fronts? Well, we are yet to see what happens or what becomes of the season of PSG, but then they could still win the French League 1. All right, they're just 1 point off the pace, and then Barcelona. Even though they were leading 3-1 and Valencia came to the game 3-2, it ended. Messi also scoring a brace after missing a penalty. He missed the penalty, scored the rebound. So it was a situation of Ronaldo scoring a brace and Messi also responding by scoring a brace. Let Messi also closing in on his own. Well, his own is a routine to win the La Liga Golden Boot. It's more like a routine for Lionel Messi. He's won it over and over again. He's won it for more time than ever, and he's closing in on another one. So in clear another conformality, the main issue should have been on the La Liga if they are going to win the La Liga. But then they blew their chances last weekend when they had to play Granada on Thursday. Just play Granada, win Granada, and you'll be on top with 4 games to go. Then they blew their chance, lost 2-1 to Granada, which means that right as it stands now, Barcelona may end up only with the Copa del Rey this season, and Real Madrid can still mathematically win both the Serie A, both the Champions League and the La Liga title this season. Yes, they can still do that because they all have 4 games to go now. Atletico is still leading them 2 points above both Barcelona and Real Madrid. Madrid is leading Barcelona on head-to-head. But interestingly, this weekend, Barcelona is playing Atletico Madrid. So whatever results there may work in the favor of Real Madrid. If Barcelona wins, they will be below Real Madrid if Madrid also wins. Okay? Because by the head-to-head rule, Madrid beat them at the El Clasico home and away, which means that once they finish on the same points haul, doesn't matter the fact that Barcelona has more goals, Madrid will carry the day, carry the lead. So if Barcelona beats Atletico Madrid this weekend and Real Madrid wins their game, Madrid will be top of the Liga table. If Atletico wins Barcelona this weekend, they will be top. Real will still be second, but then it means that they have almost practically destroyed Barcelona's chances of still being there fighting. If Barcelona loses this weekend with 3 games to go, I don't see them recovering to win the title. Okay, so whatever result is good when the 2 rivals you're going neck to neck with in a trophy haul, in a trophy hunt, when they are going to play each other, and you don't have to worry about that. So anything can still happen this season in Spain, the way it stands. So Barcelona needs to beat Atletico Madrid and needs to also pray that fortune favors them elsewhere for them to have any dream of still winning the La Liga title this season. Otherwise, Real Madrid will successfully defend the title they won last year in a similar fashion also. So that is the story of this weekend. And we're matching Naka all Alpha. I think I've talked about all the results. Okay. Yes, kudos to all the winners. Kudos to Manchester City, who are on the verge of sealing another title for them. And okay, their 3rd title in 4 years. That's very sweet for Manchester City. And if they win this title, they're going to go above Chelsea in the all-time number of trophies won in the Premier League. Remember, Chelsea is currently joint 6 trophies won. But then if Man City wins, they're going to get 7th and displace Chelsea. All right. So kudos to Chelsea. Kudos to Atletico Madrid. Kudos to Real Madrid. Kudos to Inter Milan, who have now won the Serie A title. Kudos to AC Milan. Kudos to PSG. Kudos to Arsenal. Kudos to Tottenham. Yes, Tottenham 4-0 winners over Sheffield. Kudos also to Juventus and to FC Barcelona for very important results. Okay, and then also this weekend, the big story of the weekend is even from the game that was not played. Also, before I go to that game, kudos to Kai Havertz of Chelsea, who also scored a brace. It was not only Ronaldo and Messi who got braces. He also got a brace. Gary Bale even actually had a hat-trick. Kudos to Gary Bale, had a hat-trick for Tottenham Hotspur. But then one thing about Kai Havertz is that he was played as a double striker with Timo Werner, for that one that keeps missing chances for Chelsea, but then keeps getting game time. And he scored 2 goals. In fact, he actually scored 3, but one was correctly disallowed for offside. And this guy seems to do well each time he's played in the first line position, each time he's played up front for Chelsea. So kudos to Kai Havertz for Chelsea. Who knows whether he has now finally convinced Thomas Tuchel that he should start against Real Madrid in the Champions League on Wednesday. All right, and then Chelsea, they're very dominant against Fulham. 19 games in all competition against Fulham, and they are unbeaten in those 19 games. Kudos to Chelsea. And then remember, I told you Madrid 2 points behind Atletico after let goes from their Milicio and Casemiro stole the win over Osasuna at the weekend. Okay. And then Arsenal, kudos also to player Aubameyang, scoring on his first start in recovery from malaria. Okay, his last game for Arsenal on 3rd of April, but he's back and he came back with a banger. Player Aubameyang and Ronaldo, of course, 2 late goals to inspire Juventus to a vital victory at Udinese, which take them 3rd on the table, which means there is strong hopes of Champions League football next season for Juventus. Remember, at some point, their participation in the Champions League was under doubt. But maybe they are doing much enough now to make sure that nobody stops them from blazing to glory. Well, the glory they are going to blaze to now is the glory of being in the Champions League. You can imagine the embarrassment if Juventus would also finish outside of Champions League places. That would be very, very unacceptable. So today, how did you see the games? What are your reactions? Okay, to your team's performance, to the other team's performance. Which team impressed you the most? Which team surprised you the most? And which team disappointed you the most? Okay. Right, PSG is still second in front, like I told you, 75 points behind Lille, who are first on 76 points. Okay, we already know the winner of the Serie A. We will soon confirm the winners of the EPL and winners of the Bundesliga. It now gets more intense in Spain and in France, and that's what we pray for. For us to have all this, never feeling, all this, is very dangerously close, and we are doing permutations, asking if this person sleeps and this person moves, and things are going to change. And I tell you, it's shaping up like that. I don't like it when 4 games, 5 games, 6, 7 games to go, a team wins the title. No. It's so close. Like Aguero winning it for Man City in 2012 on the final day, and also Chelsea winning it off Manchester United on the final day in 2010. Oh, if I cholo, the last day, and I was it. What the point on the last day? It's all good. And then, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the big one, because many people don't understand what happened at Old Trafford yesterday. And I don't have all the time in the world, so maybe I'm going to summarize. Maybe we'll find more time and you can ask me questions personally on social media and everything. I can give you all the details about what happened at Old Trafford. And the long and short is that game could not be played because Manchester United fans, not all of them anyway, some Man United fans, okay, at least 1,000 decided to gather, more than 1,000 gathered outside of Old Trafford to come and register their annoyance with the owners of Manchester United. Look at the owners, Man U, they want the Glazers family gone. The Americans, they want them to go, to leave the club and go. They are angry. It is still part of the fallout of the European Super League debacle, which we had, which 2 weeks ago was raging in football. Even though the club has said they are no longer going to be part of it, they've apologized. They've even said that Eduardo is leaving at the end of the year. But these fans still want blood. They just don't want Ifebe. They want to see if they can use this opportunity to chase away the owners of Manchester United, ladies and gentlemen. Before you talk about where you stand with this situation, it's good to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. Let's understand something. These owners of Man United, for instance, the Glazers family, they came to Manchester. Manchester United wanted to become a global brand. All right, they were suffering. They needed money, and they wanted to become a global brand. And consortiums were coming. They were even listed in the stock market. On the stock market, consortiums were coming to sign off to buy Manchester United. But all their bids were not substantial enough. Then this American family and upon the Glazers, they came. One thing about business is when you come up with your business idea. So these guys came to buy Manchester United, but then they had a plan. They took loan to buy Manchester United and transfer the loan to the club. For instance, Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea and paid off Chelsea's debts. Do you understand? To make Chelsea a solid club. But then these owners of Man United, at that point, Man United was stable. They were not in debt. But then these guys now took loan to buy Manchester United, which technically plunges the club to debt. You ought to go. So now, it's easy for us to say, hey, we don't want these guys, you're destroying the club and everything, but only a club or a club, if I buy a club, it is my club. It may be a village club, or it may be that village club that you built, that you sweated over, but then if I pay for it and buy it, it's my own. Ada mama. So two things are things I can do. It's either I do whatever I like with that my club that I bought, or I sell that club also. When I sell the club, I will now hands off and somebody else will start managing the club. Alright? It's easy for you to say, we don't want this guy to be managing my club. We don't want this guy to be owning my club. We want them to go. But can you buy the club? You will give them back the money they have, the money they invested. This guy, they bought the club in 2005 for 790 million pounds, almost 800 million pounds. Actually, the supporters never accepted the fact that these guys wanted. Many supporters did not want them to buy the club at that point, and some even broke away and formed a club called Football Club of Manchester United. They formed the club in 2005 to break away from Manchester United because they didn't want to be a part of the Glazers' influence and the Glazers' ownership. Well, that club that is still, the club is still in existence. It's called FC Manchester United, Football Club of Manchester United. It is not Man U FC. This one is Manchester United Football Club, but then they call that one Football Club of Manchester United. It is still existent now, but then that club is playing in the 7th tier. In the 7th tier, yeah. 7th tier. It's not easy to own a club. Can I take an example? For instance, this same United now, when the European Super League drama was raging, you found some of those former players of United who were now working as pundits, who were either for Sky Sports or for beIN Sports and all the other. They were coming, all those Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, all Paul Scholes, they were coming out and shouting, "Hey, these guys want to kill football." But then the truth is that these guys, they have a club called Salford FC where they invested in Okwia. Or do not own the club. Go to that club they invested in, and you find out that their percentage, about 1% organic. All of them, Phil Neville, Gary Neville, Maniki Boto, Paul Scholes, all of them. That they are the two of us together can invest in the club. So it's not easy to own a football club and sustain the football club. So it's easy for you to say these guys are running the club down, but you don't just wake up and say, "Hey, leave our club." It's my business. I'm the owner of the club. You can't just wake up and tell me to leave the club I'm owning, except if you are bringing buyers to buy it. And then there was a joke last week about some ex-Arsenal players who tried to find a consultant to buy Arsenal from Stan Kroenke. The main thing at the bottom of these things is that the ownership of Arsenal, that of Liverpool and that of United, 3 of the biggest clubs in England, these clubs are owned by Americans. The Glazers family, the Fairway of Liverpool, and then Kroenke. These guys are Americans. And these are British clubs in England. These clubs were struggling. And then these American business guys that had money saw the force that came and bought off the clubs. The remaining clubs that also came have been like, the Russian, remember, owns Chelsea. And then Sheikh Mansour owns Manchester City. So the English sides, the English guys themselves, the English guys who always talk about we want to own these clubs. Or you will go to club. For instance, when the ex-players of Arsenal are on all the consultants, they wanted to buy Arsenal from Kroenke. Arsenal should be worth about £2 billion now. I mean, sorry, 2 billion, yes, £2 billion now. Arsenal. Even United, that these guys are saying it should be worth around £4.2 billion now, or say £4 billion right now. So where would you get money to buy United? So it was a joke when all those Thierry Henry, how much are they worth? How do they have to come and say that they want to buy Arsenal for Stan Kroenke, a multi-billionaire, billionaires owning this club? So it is True that these guys may not run like the way the clubs are run, but then only when these clubs were suffering, were in financial difficulty, you sold the clubs, you allowed these guys to come and invest, and by investing, they took the clubs to all those big levels. For instance, look at Manchester United now. We can blame Manchester United for their struggles since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. But then remember, the struggles of United are not because of lack of investment since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. In fact, in the whole of English football, the only club that has spent more money on transfer fees since Sir Alex Ferguson retired till now is Manchester City. Man United has spent more than £700 million on transfer fees alone. Alright? And remember, the reason success stayed off for United is not because the Glazers are in charge. No. It's because Alex Ferguson retired. The retirement was poorly managed. The Glazers bought the club in 2005. Apart from the little magic that Chelsea did, they won the title back to back, 2005, 2006. United took over, winning the titles. From when Chelsea won the Premier League title in 2005 to today, go and count the numbers. You just have one title won by Leicester City. One by Leicester City, okay? And then Chelsea, 5 won by Chelsea. Jose Mourinho won 3, Antonio Conte won 1, and Ancelotti won 1. Then 5 by Manchester City. The rest have been won by Manchester United from that time till now. So it's not like these guys. And within that time also, they won the Champions League in 2008 at the finals. They even played 2 more finals again. The one they lost to Barcelona. So it is not like the Glazers have not been investing in the club. They've been putting money in the club. They've been signing players. So when these guys accuse the owners of Manchester United of packing the money, that they sell shares, they make money in the club, and they take the money for private use. Our club, will you tell the owner of the club how to take his money? You understand? These guys have signed players. You know, the only player Manchester United wanted to sign and Fernando stopped them in recent memory has been Jadon Sancho. And come to think of it, Borussia Dortmund was asking for very crazy money to sign that youngster. Crazy money. So when somebody say that these guys are not investing in the club, it's not true. They actually invested in the club. When somebody say that these guys have killed Manchester United, I don't know. I will not say it's not true, but then you should check yourself and see if they've actually killed Manchester United. They beat Man United and made Man United one of the biggest global brands. In fact, Man United was not a global brand until these guys came and gave Man United the global brand, the franchise Man United is now. The biggest club in British football. If you talk about Forbes rating of the biggest club now, they should be third, behind perhaps only Real Madrid and Barcelona. Okay? And then the downside to Manchester United is the downside to the investment of the Glazers is that these guys have spent a lot of money to service the loan they took to buy Manchester United, which they've paid though. And then United has debt also. They've now gone into debt. If you talk about the books of Manchester United, yes, they do. But then these guys are the owners of the club. The debt is their debt, and the club they have never said that they don't have the money to run the club. So is it really fair that these Manchester United fans are disrupting everything and they say that the Glazers should go, the Glazers should go? You know, so going forward in the discussion about the ownership of Manchester United, you know, and then in comparison with the ownership of all the other clubs. Oh, in Arsenal, where you find out that Stan Kroenke of Arsenal is not the OG Arsenal a business. Arsenal has always tried to just, you know, raise players and sell. Granted, in the recent past, they've spent some money, you know, signing the likes of Nicolas Pepe and Thomas Partey, and you know something. But then when Arsenal makes some of those moves, it's all like Arsenal. It's on Arsenal. You are now wondering, is it the same Arsenal bringing £72 million to sign Nicolas Pepe? Because the Arsenal we know has been a club that finds a way to train the players and then sell them for big money. You know, there are many names. I don't need to sit down and start the many names of players Arsenal have got for nothing, and then they try to build and sell. Cesc Fabregas, Robin van Persie, and all the rest of all those players all over the place for Arsenal over time. That Arsenal, even under Arsene Wenger, was known as that club that will hardly sign players, and yet they continue to be in the Champions League, continue to make a lot of money, continue to invest a lot of money. But then within that period, Arsenal has also built a stadium, moved from Highbury to the Emirates, where they are now, and where they're still trying to find their feet. So it is easy to ask for the heads of all these club owners, but in reality, we can sit down and analyze how good or bad they've performed, and whether or not they've actually been as destructive as some people are labeling them. So sometimes some of these things are more of puzzles, like, hey, how can we be British guys and these foreigners are coming to be managing biggest clubs in our place? No. You know, maybe they are now regretting making the mistake of allowing this investors come. Remember when they also wanted to chase away Chelsea's owner, Roman Abramovich? They stopped him because of the issues they were having in Russia. They refused to renew his citizenship, which he now went to renew his Israeli passport. As a Jew, he could still have a working visa. But then they didn't want him to stay back in the... But they even started cooking up in the media for the richest man in Britain, Ratcliffe, to come and buy Chelsea. The only immediate reaction of Roman Abramovich is to stop the £1 billion stadium plans, new stadium plans for Chelsea. Basil Fanketi. It is his club. He bought the club with his money, and he's been pumping money. These guys are pumping money. They're building this club without looking back. You know. So if okay, can you give an example? Now maybe I have a land that is worth 200,000 naira per plot. Or maybe I have 5 plots, which is 1 million naira per plot, and somebody comes to buy my land, and he gives me 1 million, and I give him the 5 plots of land. Should I now come back after 10 years that the land has now appreciated and tell him, no, this was my land before you bought it, I don't want you again, it is my land, give me back my land? No. The person will now tell me what the land is worth, and I have to pay for me to take back the land. I'll probably just say, go out from my land, leave my land. It's not possible. It is my money, it is my investment. So that's the question with all these guys, all these guys now who are now being massively rejected. Remember, the relationship between the Glazers and Man United fans have not been as rosy, because from the onset they've mostly said no, but then the club was in dire need of money and also to grow globally. Once Alex Ferguson was manager, he was praising the Glazers that they were supporting him. The fans did not like that, but then it was Alex Ferguson. They couldn't question it. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has also spoken in support of the ownership of Manchester United. He cannot go against these guys, for goodness sake. They are his employers. They are making the club. So all these emotions, we need to find a way to make these resolutions. Maybe. So on the show today, we're asking how you say, how did you see the protest of the fans, which led to the postponement of the game? And then for United also, these guys won 38 trophies in 26 years under Sir Alex Ferguson. But then since he retired till now, Man United has actually won 5 trophies in 8 years. But then 2 have been just the Community Shield, which are not really trophies. The trophies they've won are not in the Premier League, of course. They just won the League Cup, that is the Carabao Cup, which they won with Jose Mourinho. The FA Cup, which they won with Louis van Gaal, and then the Europa League, which they also won with Jose Mourinho. And then 2 Kadafia, 2 Community Shield. The one they won with David Moyes. Yes, that guy won the. If you guys remember, he won the Community Shield when he just came to United before he had a bad season and was sacked. And then the one also won by Jose Mourinho. Okay, so talking about United as a club, in the midst of all these issues going forward, how far do you think they are to returning to the top of English football? Do they have what it takes to win the title soon enough? Okay, and then for you now, your club ownership, do you like the ownership of your club, or do you wish that someone else, or maybe another group or consortium, assumes ownership of your club? These are the discussions we're having today on Sapientia Fan Zone. Okay? If I can, I actually have more numbers, I have more things to say. But I look at my timeline, it's already 1 minute gone past 2 p.m. So nga kuseba onu. Sapientia fans yet again today. My name is JJ Agadaguze. Today is Monday, 3rd of May 2021. Good to have you here today wherever it is you're joining us from. I see some people joining us on Facebook, those listening on radio, those on our streaming on www.sapientia95.3FM.com for us to listen live, and those joining from everywhere. It is nice to have you all today with us on Sapientia Fan Zone. Okay? Let's talk football here on the show today.
Is it because money get money? For being cool man, I get money. You just get it, but take off when you get up from if you really look at we're seeing all of window. Oh, when you go on with your country, you put your mom on that one like one day go be no fool. My body because you better. Open it in the room, I'm not gonna need the capacity. Let me know for now. Each of your parents. You see that DC brother. I'm a little TV. Let me know for now. Each of your parents. You see that DC brother. I'm a little transparent. When you sleep, some guys say for street, Isi kote mama, tiani siapulo paboko. Ole koibo kolecha, amadu bidega pate. Ino atonya, ichena diofere. Ifino disi brother, ole disi
And of course, in boutique, Jecho, and you know, in boutique, Jecho, John KC. Well, good afternoon and welcome to all of you joining us here today. Chino so achuna Chino text o jacket jide be ke mna bo obiora choma Jesus says o chiwe meka Victoria so much choma Jesus Kendo G Valentine Ifram Chukwe Mecca is also your work in the world. Ben Charles Nazo, Ike Felix. Also Monica Calistos here. Chukwesi Company Hoity, Johnny Moloku, John Anthony, Valentine Peter Cena, Samuel Nyechi Chelsea. I see Chukwesi, also Waziri Yusuf Toyin, Wiles Garmenta. Let's see one there. Also, yeah, Ijomonia Kachibai Anthony Sonata. Chica High Star. Chuwaza Chuku. You know, call you. I will let you know. There is big dreams there. Chica Zemetua, Esther Rosela, Etalo Aniafo. Also, Uzo Emmanuel Chukazo Bunda. I see you. Raf Moore. Anthony and Chikalos and Mecca Fanny Manuel. See you all. Nice of you here with us today on Sapientia Fans Zone. Don't forget to join us on Facebook, Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM Onitsha, Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM Onitsha, or send us your tweet at Sapientia 95.3 FM. That's our handle. At Sapientia 95.3 FM is our handle on Twitter. On Facebook, Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM Onitsha. I don't have time to bring you news today. I'm Ruben. I see you. I see you all. Alright, the phone lines are here 08186555184. 08186555184. Also 09039 39195402. 09039195402. 08186555184. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Stephen from
Nobi.
Yes, Stephen from I called you already.
City Farm.
This is Stephen from
I remember you called already up here.
Yeah.
Welcome again today.
Yeah, thank you.
So your country celebrations are still delayed.
Yeah, what I have to say about that is that the United fans, United on their own money on their own, the only time they used to delay matches in terms of the celebration of EPA title. If you look back in 2013, if money has drawn that game or lost that game, that game was a sure for all that we won. Okay, later, as well we have it. They won and won the title. But the time in 2018, that be somehow. When they came from the 2 down to win that match, they took that score and everything. If I won that match, how you feel title would have been off. So they are why I always found it winning match in terms of finding the EPA title. The last time we played that we beat Man City 2-0. That was the same result. So I think we won that game. And with this figure like that last game that we have won. That was the EPA title. So that was found it to delay us. So here now. They have to do. So my United fans don't want us to celebrate that thing. They want it to be postponed. So they have their intention of delaying postponing that match because they knew that we eventually draw or now Liverpool beat them. Just one way for us to acquire the title. Well, then the maximum point they can use to get 2 points. So one way for us now in the many points we won the title.
What you have 3 points?
3 points. And the maximum they can use, I think,
it's 2 years.
So they just want to delay. They have always found a way to delay Man City in terms of kind of EPA title. That's their way. I don't blame them.
Alright, no wahala.
Yeah.
So I don't need to ask a Liverpool fan, sorry, a Man City fan, whether he likes the ownership of Manchester City.
Where I like
the ownership of Manchester City, Sheikh Mansour.
why? There's no need to ask.
I don't need to ask you.
I thought it can be more sponsors. We should come and collaborate with them. They should join. They are really investing. They are trying. I don't blame them. They are trying. At least considering the amount that Gabriel has spent, still they are not still angry about it. They are still giving. They still gave him a contract last I think last year. They sent his contract. They are trying. So I won't blame them for anything. I love the ownership. I love it very well.
All right, your neighbours, Man United, 38 trophies in 26 years under Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, since he retired in 2013, they've not actually been that force. How close are they to return to the top of English football, or how far do you think they are? Do they have what it takes to maybe win the title soon?
They did their effort this season, and see at least within and see the feel of this season, because anyway, what I say in this thing, if Solskjaer can maintain this is strong, and you know one thing, this United team is very good. There's a coach that will come to this United team now, used to carry trophy. But Solskjaer always found a way of not being consistent in games that is supposed to win. Then the bigger games, everybody expecting to go or lose, to perform. So what I say in that Man United team now is, actually I don't know what you have to talk about Solskjaer or not. Solskjaer is the main, Solskjaer should know what is really on the team. The players they are working together. Everybody is firing. So it all depends on Solskjaer. Well, I think I'm coming close. But Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool will wrestle to their next season. Because until we wrestle to their next season, unless if Solskjaer can maintain this form now, in the way he's still behind the team. Still behind my team. So if he can compete like this next season, in the next season, but I don't think that Liverpool every week next season, so I don't have to believe, but I really want to win it back to back too. It's not really the kind of match. Yes, so I think I'm coming to you.
All right. Antonio Conte does not actually get the rating he deserves, the celebration he deserves. Why?
Yeah, about Antonio Conte, well, I don't know why he's not getting this one he deserves. It's bad because of the American Champions League. We really say that on the Champions League. So where Ancelotti is performing with Everton, we see Everton, everybody Everton scored. So we say it's about the big coach in the world. If it was like on the Champions League, Real Madrid. And probably I think also because of this nowadays now, we coaches are trying to come up a good generation of coaches. In the likes of Solskjaer, Thomas Tuchel, all the other coaches, they are included and all that. But what is really Ancelotti and all of them like that, they don't think to go out to do the coaching job. So I think the new generation of coaches come now. And to continue, we got it as one of the best in the world. But the way they have not been, every good coaches have not resigned or said to do their job. It's really hard for me to do Antonio Conte as one of the best coaches. But he has really tried to go, even with the Chelsea, even if he can't do to win it without scoring. So he has said, go to it, I want to win it. As my personally, I rate him one of the best. Yes. But I don't know why I'm also giving the accolades. They probably won the Champions League, and the new generation of coaches, no one has been able to, like, they are not being able to come in that generation to perform very well altogether. So,
right. Yeah. I'm also going to ask you this question. Juventus were doing much better before they signed Ronaldo than now that they've signed him.
Yeah.
So, do you think it was a good business bringing him on? Looking back now, did they do well bringing him on? I mean, was it a bad business?
As for Juventus, it's a failure for them. Because before Ronaldo came, they won the Champions League, the Champions League final. I think we said in 2015 and in 2017.
Yes, the final.
Ronaldo was an assistant for them to win that Champions League. So they can get to the final. Ronaldo was even though it's just win the Champions, let's help us and win. Even if we cannot win. So, but against Juventus, I think the failure for them, number one is that how will they stand an age Ronaldo over £100 million? And yeah, I just invested on Ronaldo and leave Ronaldo to do the job, the attacking job, only by himself. So let's take on the dollar was trying, but not even what the Ronaldo is even in Madrid. But you can't really sign Ronaldo and leave Ronaldo to do the job. That was it's not easy. Because it's aging already. That's why Lukaku and Martinez have been able to combine together. Both of them are young players. So, but being an aging Ronaldo, not giving somebody to support him, it is not easy, but he has done what he can do. I think the first season he came, he collected a good gift for him. I think he was second or something. The last season, the golden boot was won by Immobile. Ronaldo came second. So he's time. Coming this season, I think he should be on a win. So in getting your friends, all your friends, Ronaldo, not being someone that was assisting in that front line, that was assisting enough. It should not be easy. Because it's a very failure for them, giving the fact that if they are always concerned with signing, you bring in fish and star players. When we have fish and star players, we give you Champions League title. The fish and star players, almost average and fish and star players in that team. I don't know how to carry Champions League with that team. Okay, look at Madrid now. Look at the squad in Madrid. Is it Benzema that not being able to deal? Look at that DCC, that front line, that DCC is very excellent. Look at the man where he won the Ballon d'Or. These are one of the best players in the world. Look at Madrid, the same thing. Marcelo is performing at their best level. So coming to my Juventus, here is an aging Chiellini, aging Bonucci, Sandro Cozzato, all of them, they do what they can do to Juventus. doing that good sport, yes, Kuteski and all of them. Let them sign a world class again that can get Ronaldo. It will be a problem for them. So it has been a failure for Juventus. It has been a failure.
All right. Just before you go, just going by what you said about them not having these players, all these Paulo Dybala, Alvaro Morata, and all the rest of them, they're not attackers.
The attackers but Dybala was performing, but if he's Ronaldo came, then the competition was already too much for him to perform. I don't know, I can't even know how to be better. I give it to a couple of the fact that
they have Ato, they have Vucinic, they have Federico Chiesa. The guy has also scored a lot of goals. You understand?
Yeah, Chiesa.
I mean, they have some players up front. I mean, it's what you said that they brought only Ronaldo to do it alone.
Yeah, but if you look at what you do very well, you realize that every time from the midfield to the back side, I always rely on how the PPP. You always rely on how the goals. And this thing I said in the Champions League, and look at the Champions League final, Real Madrid versus Liverpool. I'm not even sure, but Madrid was able to try the Champions League the other day. Because why? Benzema scored and they gave those two wonderful goals. So, if you look from the back line to that midfield, they are always depending on Ronaldo to give the goals. So, Chiesa and Dybala and all of them, they are always fighting for them to have their share.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy. Good afternoon, what's your name?
My name is Chinoso from Onitsha.
Good to have you, Chinoso. Which club do you support?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay. 6 points above 5th place West Ham, even though they play tonight. If they fail to win tonight, then Chelsea would have balanced better.
Yes.
Kudos on your massive win.
Thank you.
So, how was the weekend for you, football-wise?
Well, it's a great weekend. From our special started, I have for the first night, assisting with Morena. It was very good.
Okay. All right. So, can we talk about other things, like, first of all, the protest at Old Trafford, which we're here talking about Liverpool, Manchester United today. Probably Man City haven't won the title, but then we're instead explaining why the game did not come. How did you see the protests?
I was also shocked at the moment when I heard that it was about the rally the Manchester United fans were having after the stadium. I was even so shocked because that was a very expensive game for a massive Sunday like yesterday that most of the fans were expecting to watch.
Okay. All right. So you like your own ownership, that you want other people to come?
No, it's okay as it is now. From the late time, it should be very good as it is now.
All right. So how far off do you think United are from getting back to the top of English football?
Well, for this time now, United will be like, let me say, almost to second position now.
Okay, so you believe they are close to winning the title soon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Any other question?
Your former manager Antonio Conte, there was something he did in football. You know, when people find it hard to understand what Thomas Tuchel is doing, I tell them to look back and see that he was copying that. I mean, he actually tried to copy from Antonio Conte, who switched to the 3-4-3 formation, 3-5-2 formation. But nobody was able to play him until he won the title in his first season at Chelsea. He left Chelsea.
Actually, right for Lincoln. Because actually, at first, when we signed him, I didn't expect him to do much of a thing like that. But to my greatest surprise, I was not rating like number 2 out of the best money that Chelsea have had so far now.
Okay. Why do people not rate him?
What?
Why do people not rate the guy, despite? I mean, the guy shows his ability to he's one of the best tactical managers you've seen, because his ability to dominate games and win games and turn out results. But then nobody's talking about him. Why?
Well, you know, football is just like a game of passion. Wherever the person goes to the table is what you have in mind at the new moment. Then the past and the history, they don't take it into heart.
All right, and then Ronaldo going to Juventus, was it a good business or bad business for Juventus?
it was actually a good movement, but on the dominance of the table, as you can see, Ronaldo have failed to perform the work they have given to him because of the Champions League and all that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem. Greetings to Hoodman and everyone there with you in the studio. And also, this is my first time of calling.
Oh, welcome to the family. Enjoy, huh?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
California go through it, so cool law. Red block equivalent to having a talk about the time. We get nothing for like I get I can get the good on your job to get crime. Like a facility transaction of food. If you get where I let you get when you're also when you're gonna see me, when you're trying to when you get target, when you get my mom with a long one with a lot of petty. When you're my mom, when you go life for a good idea, you know, get money. I love it now, my friend.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Dorobuchi.
Dorobuchi, where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Anambra State.
Which club are you supporting today?
I'm a Chelsea fan, but I want to talk about Messi. I had something happen yesterday on his keeper.
I didn't hear what did you say?
I want to talk about Lionel Messi.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir, I didn't watch the ball, but I was very excited about him. You know, this guy, I'm seeing him as someone that will contest for the Ballon d'Or this season again. If he eventually win the La Liga title. So if this Ballon d'Or 15, if Man City win the Champions League, then the Ballon d'Or will go to Man City.
Okay.
But if Man City did not win, I'm seeing Lionel Messi as the Ballon d'Or taker once again.
Okay.
And what our coach is doing, and Conte that is our former coach. I'm so happy for him. He have shown us that he still have what he gives to us before leaving.
Okay.
I'm so excited for him, and for our own coach Thomas Tuchel, the Tuchel, untouchable Tuchel. That's what he used to do. I'm so happy, and I'm greeting the whole Chelsea family and telling them, let them enjoy football as I'm enjoying it also. So, do you have any question for me?
Yes, let me take you on your word. You seem to be a Messi fan, right?
Yes.
It's okay. They've won the Copa del Rey so far this season. They've not won the La Liga. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
And then if you go to Italy, I'm not actually. This is not like a Ronaldo versus Messi argument, eh? But if you go to Italy, you'll find out that Juventus are in the final of the Coppa Italia, which they can still win, even though they've lost the title. So if at the end of this season, Ronaldo does not win the Serie A title, does not win sorry about that. I wanted to ask if he actually wins also the Coppa Italia, wouldn't it be at par with Messi? Because Messi, I mean, if Messi does not win the La Liga, it will be like this one won the Copa del Rey now. This one won the year. Find out about Bruno for Good afternoon, what's your name?
Good afternoon,
hello. Good to have you. Where are you calling from, bro?
I'm calling from Umumbo.
Umumbo! Nice to have you from Umumbo. How is Umumbo today?
Very fantastic.
Okay, which club do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay. All right. Welcome. Kudos on your win. Yes, today that we're asking about ownership of clubs. It's good to have an Arsenal fan. I'm not sure you like the ownership of your club, Rock, okay. You want the Arab money to come and take over Arsenal?
No, those people that are trying to take us will kill it more. We didn't need them. Let them carry money and go and buy another club. Newcastle are all for sale. Let them go and find a club which will they buy.
Okay, you prefer Sapientia to those people who wanted to buy it last week, okay?
Yes.
Okay, you actually like Stan Kroenke?
I like Kroenke. Let all those Patrick Vieira, Terry Henry, all those guys. Let's go find another club and buy and start to maintain it to this extent.
Okay, so far up Arsenal the way it is.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so how did you see the protest yesterday by United fans?
Those United fans, they're making a very big mistake. If you own a club and again you want back to the club to come to you, then we will meet that man that owned that club and refund him what he paid for that club before you can continue to say you will take your club. Those Man U supporters, the thing they did yesterday vexed me not small.
Okay.
How can you come and say the owner of the club is doing this, he's doing that? Hence you know he's doing this, doing that now. Find money and come and pay him back and take your money.
Okay. All right.
So I didn't like what they did yesterday.
I mean, talking about that same United, the club Manchester United now. I know I'm asking an Arsenal fan who should be talking about Arsenal, but let's talk about United now because they are the club in focus. How far off from top of English football are they?
How far?
From the top. You know, they were the best club in England, they mean. But then since Alex Ferguson retired, they've been struggling to win. How far? Are they now close to getting back to top level, or are they still far off?
They are not very far off, but the attitude of the supporters will make them to be very far off. Let them leave that club with that man who owns it. Let it operate the club as he wants, because it's that man that made the Man U what it was today.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the Serie A. Antonio Conte has won the Italian Serie A.
Yes.
On up to Lago for Bonono, Koifo Jinaka. Naptia for Bonono. So the guy does not get the recognition he deserves, don't you think?
No, now everything in football is politics.
Okay.
Those in charge, those who will recognize him so that can rep what he saw, didn't recognize him. Maybe one thing or the other, they didn't get what they want from him. It looks like a person looking for a job, and you get the job that you are looking for. Somebody may sit down on top of your file, expecting you to do this so that you can do this. Maybe that is the case of Conte from Inter Milan.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to also ask you, do you think Juventus actually took the right decision signing Ronaldo 3 seasons ago?
Sure, right. Nobody's going to a player to come and lose the whole money that he spent for that player. You are going to a player. You have aim of going to buy that player, and Ronaldo have tried for them so well. He did anything that he can. Only that you can understand that a tree cannot make a forest. That is the problem Ronaldo gets with Juventus.
Okay.
He tried a lot. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I send my greeting to all Arsenal fans. I say, let us support Arsenal. Let all those money mongers get away from it. They will spoil it more than as it was now. But with time, Arsenal will come back to their normal glory.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right, of course, 31 minutes gone past 2 p.m. here on Sapientia Fan Zone. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon, JJ Agada.
What is your name?
This is Kawawa, Jessica Fleta.
Okay. Good to have you today.
Yeah.
Kudos on your massive win over Fulham, your neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your former manager who won the title with Inter Milan.
Kudos to you.
Do you in any way miss him at Chelsea?
I really miss him.
Okay. Why do you think the guy does not get celebrated?
What?
Why do you think he doesn't get celebrated?
I don't need to celebrate him.
Okay. No need to celebrate him.
No.
Okay. Do you think it was right of Juventus to have signed Ronaldo?
Yeah, they did not do wrong. And Ronaldo is not their problem. Their coach is their problem. Their coach is a baby coach. Then to they signed Ronaldo, this coach was not the one there. They sacked the real coach and then brought Elena. That is their problem.
Okay. They've gone from Allegri. They brought even Maurizio Sarri from Sarri. They've now gone to Andre Pello.
Yes, that is where the great problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. How do you see the fans protest?
The protest, they show the eyebrow.
Well, I didn't know what you said.
I said the eyebrow. I didn't know you.
The Man U fans, yes.
They are fan, what do we call them? That's fan football fanatics.
Okay, but then they said they want the owners to go.
Like I asked the owner to go. So the owner will leave his phone and go. So they want him to go, let them return the money double. So now we do like that.
Okay. You like your own owner, Abi?
Huh?
You like your owner, Abi?
Yeah, I G now.
Okay, na G.
G.
It's Man U far from returning to glory.
The one they really go to play.
Okay, all right. Is Man U far from returning to glory?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
I'll be right beside you, like the one of Jericho. Ain't no one's going on. When I get so, I'll be so tired.
Okay, let me also check what you have for us on Twitter. 35 minutes gone past 2 p.m. Here at Sapientia Fan Zone. Keep it also coming on Twitter, Sapientia 95.3FM is the handle. And also on Facebook Radio, Sapientia 95.3FM Onitsha.
If you ever see I'm running to you, running to you, running to you, running to you. Anywhere that you go, running to you. Running to you, running to you. Anywhere that you go.
Okay, on Twitter, I see Arizona Carigo here. The Chelsea Godfather congratulating Inter Milan for winning the Serie A. Congrats to other winners too. Greeting his lovely mother, Carigo Lokija, and the usuals, Chika High Star, Anthony, and Chicha Market, Rico, No Magic Man, Chibak Anthony, Obodo Ibo, and all the others. And then, good afternoon and welcome to Ekene Elo Chukuma Nathaniel, also here. Bishop Saka says, He's Barcelona's prince and Etihad's last ball. Congrats to all the winners during the weekend. Congrats to Inter Milan. I like the social ownership of my club, Barcelona. Okay, I like the way the club is owned by fans. All right. And then Divine Anthony Aniche says happy new weekend. Thank you very much. Congrats to Inter Milan. 11 years of waiting, finally over. Kudos to Conte for making it count with Inter Milan. Congrats to Lukaku, Sanchez, and Young. And then you also said congrats to all the winners over the weekend, especially your second team Barcelona for their impressive win against Valencia. Obvious that CR7 failed at Juventus. Juventus are struggling big time both in Europe and the domestic league. Okay. And then Chubak Anthony Sonnet from Old Trafford in Onitsha said the Man U Godfather. Congrats to Inter Milan for their massive Italian title. Liverpool were just very lucky this weekend. Okay. All right. He's trying to suggest that Liverpool were lucky to have actually avoided the game coming up. Otherwise, they could have maybe finished off Liverpool. All right. The Man U, they won. Okay. We also have okay. Divine Anthony says Barcelona impressed him, Leo surprised him, Monaco disappointed him. He's happy for the protest so that the owners will sell the club in peace. So they don't know what football is all about. I wish they continue that protest next week. Okay, all right. Then Afokos here says, okay, thank you for making it possible for me to listen to Sapientia live. I'm saying from Akwa Ibom, keep up, bro. Thank you very much. Nice to know you've joined us today from Akwa Ibom. Be blessed.
You should know I am, and you don't need to get me too.
Alright, keep it coming, guys. At Sapientia 95.3FM is handle on Twitter, and also on Facebook, it's Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM Onitsha. Appreciating more people who are still with us on Facebook. Okolo Ruben and Izoju, good afternoon. Stanley Emmanuel. Mary Rose Chinenyangwa, good to have you here today. Benjamin Ike. Also Ndema Chamasin Fia. Carlos Emeka. To Jesus Morning Star. And all of you joining us here today on Sapientia Fan Zone, as always.
When I'm looking for trouble, it's cause I know that I got you. Wanting to bless everybody, and it's because I will. I know this time that I'm not under control. Never let my let go. I do so. I'm getting see all the parts of the fighting, and I'll be right there with you. I may be small, but I'm mighty, and I go on and on. And anybody wakes up in here, maybe you'll pull it out.
Alright, more people joining us on Facebook. See you all. SC make a quick. The Man U fan supported with the station of the last Saturday's game into the protest. Choma Chibogo, Tojo Morning Star, Demian Olisakwe. Good afternoon to you. Wow, some more people here today with us. Okay. Alright, ODSC, Emeka said something here. He said, I don't like the US based Glacier family because I've been a Man U fan since my UK based boyhood days in 1969 1970. My late father was a Man U follower too. What I think is the better solution is if it's possible to adopt a fan-based ownership cooperative like Barcelona into La Liga, but in England the fans may have difficulty meeting the buyout price of the Glazers family. So, as plan B, let them find at least 2 or 3 English billionaires who are willing to partner with the fans. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go pay the bills now. I'll be back, and when I come back, I'm very safe. Just come to keep it coming on Facebook, Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM Onitsha, and on Twitter at Sapientia 95.3FM is the handle. My name is JJ Agadakusedi. I'm Agadis Radio. Stay with me.
All right.
I love this. Wow. I love this. Sapientia 95.3.
All right.
It's exciting. exciting, alluring, and all you ever wanted in a magazine.
Radio Sapientia Onitsha presents Sapientia Magazine. Sapientia Magazine. The latest edition.
Now check out the educational articles, entertainment tips, kitchen tips, relationship tips, and of course the latest trends in beauty and music world.
You got it. We have all these and more on the latest edition of Sapientia Magazine. Don't miss out.
Don't miss it.
Grab your copy now.
You can grab Sapientia Magazine from these outlets: Alpha Pharmacy beside Post Office, Old Road Market Road, Onitsha; Charism Bookshop opposite SS Peter and Paul, Iba Pope, Awada; 5-Star Food and Restaurant, Stock Exchange, Onitsha; 5-Star Food and Restaurant, Youngsha Grow Plaza, Main Market, Onitsha; Wabo Bookshop, Relief Market, Onitsha; Trinity Bookshop, Basilica of the Most Holy Trinity, Onitsha; Mr. Biggs, Port Harcourt Road, Fege, Onitsha; Mr. Biggs, SZ Weka Road, Awada; Pax Pharmacy, Obatulane Drive, Federal Housing Estate, 33, Onitsha; Pax Pharmacy, 92 Oka Road, Onitsha; Charism Bookshop, St. Anthony's Parish, along Mpo Old Road; 5-Star Foods and Restaurant, Mpo Flyover; Denessa Fast Food, along College Road, 3rd Gate, Nsube; Wisdom Bookshop, Unizik Junction, Oka; Onyisi Boutique, opposite Grand Hotel, Asaba; Citizens Boutique, opposite Winners Chapel, Opanam Road, Asaba; Senachi Hotel, behind Chicago Filling Station, Oba, Idemili Road; Mr. Biggs, Atani Road, Obaro; Perfect Court, Barbing Salon, Tourist Garden Hotel, Aguleri Junction; Oluchku Oil and Gas, Basilica Junction, Onitsha; Oluchku Oil and Gas, Tazan Junction, Mpo; Chili's Food and Restaurant, 33; Chili's Food and Restaurant, Ozala Road, Onitsha; Chili's Food and Restaurant, SZ Road, Awada; Chili's Food and Restaurant, Orifite Street, Awada. You can pick a copy at 1,000 Naira only. For adverts and enquiries, see details in the magazine.
Timberlock wood preservative surpasses all preventive measures designed to permanently prevent the damage and quality reduction of wood and wood-based materials by termites, fungi, bacteria, and other boring insects. Timberlock wood preservative has deep penetration on wood that makes the wood well protected, ageless, and reusable. Timberlock has a superior recognition in wood preservation. It is user-friendly and easy to apply. Use Timberlock premium wood preservative to prevent, correct, and defend wood and wood materials against deformities caused by termites and other insects in the later days. Each drop of Timberlock wood preservative properly applied on any wood will keep termites and other wood insects gone forever. Timberlock is designed to solve wood preservation challenges. Timberlock wood preservative kills termites instantly. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Timberlock Africa or visit www.timberlockmfg.com. Timberlock wood preservative, the wood preservative brand leader in Africa.
Paradise POP white, Paradise POP white super, Paradise paint super, Paradise fungi free extra,
and I'm a student for screening and casting inside and outside.
It's a paint, you know. It's the Paradise paint. It's a paint, you know. It's the Paradise paint super, specially meant for interior. It's a paint outside. It's the Paradise paint fungi free extra, specially meant for interior and exterior use. It's a screening. It's the Paradise POP white. It's a screening. It's the Paradise POP white super for screening and casting. Paradise paint.
Inuga maka super brand quality green tea. Yes, we are on my jet to the man. It's a real tea. We're all such a super blend. Okay, make up the rocket in fun. You were a pot belly, got done a papa. Digestive system, giga long of woman. When I'm just 70, me may I need those you go boost your immune system. Mama little green tea, and you jam it off. I'm not your cholesterol or some. Super Blend quality green tea is available in Pax Pharmaceutical stores nationwide and other pharmaceutical stores and supermarkets nationwide. Contact them on 080-331-33191 or 081-6411-2456.
Since I begin they use Biggie Bet, I just they cash out anyhow.
You mean
They there now. See them they offer bigger odds, 350% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you even fit cash out anytime, whether inside shop or online. Then they get better virtual games and jackpot. See them they even pay instantly. Oh boy, choose bigger rewards. So visit www.biggiebet.com to go claim your 120% welcome bonus now.
Biggie Bet, bigger reward, bigger life.
Ewo ụmụnne m unu anụgọkwa na ijele dị na moto oil bụ Venom moto oil esigo mba Germany bata n'obodo anyị. Venom moto oil bụ ijele dị na moto oil ijele bata n'obodo obele mmọnwụ awala ọsọ. Venom moto oil ga-eme ka ụgbọala gị bụrụ every year young. Venom moto oil dị na 0W20, 20W50, 5W20, 5W30 nakwa ụdịrị ATF dịgasị iche iche. Venom moto oil bụ Germany technology maka ụgbọala gị. Ndị Venom moto oil nọ na
number 79 Eziweka Road, Awado Bosi,
Anambra State. Kpọọ ha na ekwentị a
080-340-59916 or 080-674-71304 or 081-368-26929.
Venom motor oil ijele dị na motor oil. Venom motor oil obi aṅụrị ndị na-akwụ ụgbọala. Venom motor oil ịdịgodi sharp na motor oil.
OC Visa Event, a division of Mercy Great Integrated Services, specializes on rendering the following services: all decoration rentals, event management, real estate activities, general merchandise, hiring of truck and cooling van for all weddings, corporate and burial ceremonies. If you are an event planner or event decorator, guess what? You can also hire all your event materials for your occasion. Contact them now. Head office, World Oil Bus Stop, Ilesa New Road, Lekki Epe Expressway, Lagos. Onitsha branch, number 62 New Market Road by Anyanwu Street beside Glow Office, Onitsha. Oka branch, St. Michael's Plaza, Unizik Junction, Oka. Call them on 070-368-49868, 070-695-58000 or 080-520-56038. OC Visa Events, where creativity meets opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Radio Sapientia 95.3FM.
Calling me the sugar and the tea, calling me the honey with the bee. Anything you tell me, I didn't believe for. Showing me around like I lost my way, telling all your friends and I me be bail. Baby, see me, I don't get relief for. Tell me, make I know now. If you show me, make I know now. If you don't show me, make I know now. If you don't love me.
Okay, welcome back here, Sapientia Fan Zone. Let me check what you have for me on social media. My name is still JJ. I gotta go see the already. Never videos on the top of the hour, right here. It's Happy Boy. It's congratulating on the winners this week and also Inter Milan for winning the Serie A title. Emmanuel Ojoma. Okay, Emmanuel Ojoma had something to say. Okay, about Manchester United supporters trust MUST. Okay, these guys are still, talking about the protest. Yeah, okay. It's all good. And then continuing here, Chika High Star is congratulating all the winners. Said their game was a very nice one. Madrid impressed him. Arsenal surprised him. The protest is very bad. Shout out to fans and family. Divine Anthony Anichie said congrats to everybody. Chidek CJ, 75 of Nobi, said Juve, another team should watch it next season because we Conte still in charge. It's possible they defend it after coming close last season and finally winning this year. So it's been a failure for Juventus signing Ronaldo, but they can't blame Ronaldo. He cannot kill himself and do everything to win that holy grail. Already aged when he came, still playing around with a squad full of aging, average and mostly free transfer players. So Okay, look at the team. Ronaldo won the Holy Grail with, and then look at the squad. With the last time he won it, he didn't score, but others scored to lift the trophy. All right, okay. And then he said, you were impressed with Barcelona and Arsenal's result, shocked with that Real Madrid's result, if not for that missed penalty. They should better watch it. You don't want to win the league. Okay, so I should not mark no Man U fans. They just want to delay our celebration. We go carry on. I love my owners. Okay, City fan. What's David? Is also a Barcelona fan. He said, I don't like Glazers at Man United. The Saudi prince that is Man United fans should come and buy the club. All right. And then Chuko Bala Chidera from Imo State say congrats to my darling teams, Chelsea and Barcelona, for making me proud over the weekend. Harrison O. Izuchukwu says congrats to the winners, 2 goals win everywhere. Congrats to Inter Milan and Man U. Say how it takes to win the league. My brother, check yourself for cerebral malaria. Gerard Anthony Sanet from Old Trafford in Onitsha, the Man U godfather, said happy new week, che. Liverpool are just lucky this weekend, honestly. And then Bishop Saka said congrats to all the winners during the weekend. Also to Inter Milan. You like the social ownership of Barcelona. Okay. Ezenwa Anichebe from Umulokba, Enugu State, said congrats to Inter Milan for winning. I don't think Solskjaer is the man to take United back to their glory days. They need a coach like Guardiola that return to the top. As for my club Chelsea, I love the owner. He's doing well. For United fans, it's because of their owner's poor decisions at the club since the retirement of Ferguson. Inter Milan and my team Chelsea impressed me the most. Courage, honest. The Chelsea fan congratulates Inter. Chelsea impressed me the most. Atalanta disappointed me. Moneke Calistos, the Barcelona fan, say discongratulating Barcelona and all the winners yesterday. Conte is a very good coach. Juventus, Ronaldo deal is in a waste. For me, they just need fighting spirit. All these big teams impressed. So it's a peaceful protest though. But why would you want your owners out? So Man U are playing good football now. I said they're winning the EPL title soon. Edith Ugomachidozie says congrats to Conte and his boys Sanchez and Lukaku. Congrats to Ugo Emmanuel. Said all the big teams won, but I must say big congrats to Inter for winning this Scudetto. Greeting Chelsea fans and fans and family. Daniel Omeni said, okay, the special one on your Man U said the team that impressed you the most is Arsenal. Congrats to Inter Milan for winning the title. Okay. And then Prince P. Ogbonna said, I cried the day Chelsea sacked Conte because he's a wonderful coach. I have nothing to say than to say congrats to him and all winners plus Chelsea. God bless you. It's Mesoma said, Chelsea came from Imo State. Congrats to all the winners of last weekend. Congrats to Inter Milan for winning the season. Ronaldo's move to Juve is not a failure. Alex Tenim is also here. And he says, kudos to all winners over the weekend, the likes of Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, and all the rest of them. Said, permit me to ask JJ, if at the end of the day, Juventus fails to grab European spot, where will Ronaldo run to? Because Juventus, seeing and his plans have failed. Well, Ronaldo will never be short of options of where to play to. And even at his age, every club will be queuing to sign him if he were to be available, I tell you. Okay. Then let me appreciate the rest of the guys. Philip Tochuku, Mwadike Enyina De Christie, Oboli Ugochukwu, Paplaxi Stephen Chibest, also Emechebe Ochudo Calistus, Comrade Sunday Luke, Agobozo, Larry Chibuikem, Paul Okato, Onyeka Chukwu, also Vicky Fainga, Ferdinand the Chifu, the Kosi Sochukwu Wake, Israel Ugbuna, also here today, Real Ugo Digital Cheer, Owama Emeka, Chukwumeze Aaron's King Joseph, Ekene, Kendolistic. Okay. Lots of people still here today with us. Jerry Smart, Ifekoski, Anyi Money, Ikechku OD, Bere Chuku Favor, Carlos Emeka, Chima Victor, Third Maluda, Chukwu, Reginald, Onyinye Chukwu Agbasi, also Amechi Fresco, Alemiko Gabriel Ichie, Millions, Okoye Terek Sunday, the Godzilla Jude. Lots of more names here. Would I be able to take everyone? Patrick Igwebike, Maurice Big Dreams, Aderike Chukwu Mfon Awan Essin, Japheth Wanne, Gwelen Emmanuel Jr., Ifadigo Honora KC Ezenwa, also Reverend Sir Valsi Ferguson, Ebukalio Darlington Emmanuel, Chukuma Okudele, Samuel Mayunga, Prince Emmanuel, and other people. Thank you very much to everyone for being with us today. Some people are still trying to call us. I want to apologize because time will never allow us to take more calls on the show today. But then, you know we love you, right? Okay? It's been nice being here with you today. Sapientia fans will return again tomorrow. Same time, same station. My name is JJ Agadaguzedi, Avantgardist of Radio. Make sure you stay on Sapientia. Until I come your way again, I'll be loving you. I'll be missing you. Okay? Good afternoon. Goodbye for now.
Lord Skies on the beat.
I'm sorry.